About 2 years ago, towards the end of my junior year of high school, I started vaping. At first, my choice of vape was centered around peer pressure and trying to fit in with my circle of friends. But after a few weeks of using it, I quickly realized how addicting such a simple activity could be. It wasn't long before I couldn't go a few days or even a few hours without hitting my Juul or my Puff Bar. Um, the vapes I chose to use, they were cheap, they were flavorful, and if you hit them long enough, they give you a pretty nice head rush. That being said, it's no surprise that vapes have become increasingly popular. According to the article Vaping, How Popular E-Cigarettes by Laura Jones from BBC News, published on September 15th of 2019, the World Health Organization found that the number of vapers has increased from 2011, where it was at 7 million, all the way up to 41 million in 2018. Furthermore, people, especially young teens, have become increasingly dependent on a product that poses severe health risks. Today I am here to persuade you that vaping is without a doubt detrimental to the health of young adolescents. First, I'll be discussing the problems associated with vaping. Second, I'd like to discuss the causes and what has contributed to this increase in adolescent vapers. Third and finally, I'd like to discuss some solutions that we can possibly implement to get this number down. The big problem with vaping and using e-cigarettes is that they contain nicotine. Nicotine is an extremely addictive chemical that can cause harm on an adolescent's brain, which hinder their brain development, which persists through their early to mid-20s. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services article, e-cigarette use among youth from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, published on July 27, 2018. Nicotine in a single Juul pod is equivalent to that of a pack of cigarettes. It can also harm parts of the brain that control attention, learning, mood, as well as impulse control. Nicotine also changes the way synapses are formed in the brain. Synapses are formed when you learn a new skill or when you form a new memory. When you inhale nicotine, it hinders your body's natural ability to do this. And that's not all. According to the article, 5 Vaping Facts You Need to Know by Dr. Michael Barra from Hopkins Medicine, which was updated on January of 2020, vaping is linked to both chronic lung disease and heart disease. It has been found to raise your blood pressure and cause spikes in adrenaline. This raise in blood pressure and spike in adrenaline can increase your likelihood of having a heart attack. Causes. Next, I want to talk about the causes. Although there are many causes that can be attributed to the increase in vapors, there's one that I believe that has played the most significant role in adolescent use: accessibility. Vapes are more accessible now than ever before, with web purchasing and loose store regulations. According to the article, Where Do Youth Get Their E-Cigarettes from tobaccofreekids.org, a study found that 22.9% of 12th graders made purchases, direct purchases within a store, and these include convenience stores, gas stations, supermarkets, etc. They also found that 44.7% of vape and tobacco shops sell to people under 18, all minors. There must be something we could do to put an end to teens using vapes, and if not put an end to it, at the very least decrease the number of adolescent users. And indeed there is. We can educate these users. According to the Center for Disease Control.org, quick facts on the risk of e-cigarettes, approximately 2/3 of e-cigarette users ages 15 to 24 do not realize that the products they are using contain nicotine. It is our job to keep them informed and mindful of the products they are using. We can encourage our friends and loved ones to form better habits like chewing gum, going for a run, listening to music, and overall just maintaining your physical health. Today I talked about the problems associated with vaping. I also discussed the causes that are linked to this increase in the number of vapers. Third and finally, I discussed some solutions that we can possibly implement to reduce this number of vapers and overall just promote better physical and mental health. I hope next time you consider vaping or going out to the store to buy an e-cigarette, I hope that you think of me and my experience, as well as the facts and the science that supports the adverse effects associated with vaping. Thank you.